What it do, Ski? It's your boy Farewell34, and today we're getting a little cozy. It's the winter weather, and we're checking out Farscape. I'm watching it after. We are checking out Stargate, season number 4, episode number 6. Last episode, we lost someone decently big to this series up until now. Marty. Sleeper agents, we don't know. We can't really identify 100%. We also had, now that Martouf is gone, a new love interest has arisen. And it's actually not new. It's one that's been on the back burner for a little bit. And they decided, you know what? But time to bring it forth. So Jack and Sam, we know. It's out here. It's a thing. So it's going to be cool to see how that develops over time. With that being said, Stargate fam, let's just get into a brand new episode. So as always, if you enjoyed this video, then definitely be sure to smack that chevron and subscribe if you haven't already. Of course, there's always links in the description down below if you guys want to join along this journey since the very beginning. Let's get into this one. Yite. Ooh, this does not look great. This actually looks like the end of the world. The best shades in show business.
Is this supposed to be doing that?
Coronal mass emission, like a giant solar flare.
Solar flare, how nice.
But it's safe, right?
As long as we don't stay here too long, yes, sir.
Guys, you gotta get out of there, man.
Anyone
Holy
explain
shit.
that?
I guess a solar
encountered
flare
this
would
before.
count as pathetic fallacy.
But isn't it time for you to return through the Stargate?
What I don't understand is the significance of whatever this is, some sort of control mechanism. It's obviously still in working order compared with Earth of the Ruin. I wonder if that's significant.
The storm is approaching, Dr. Jackson. The radiation may be dangerous for you and your team.
Now, this line recurs several times. Domovetus Vestul Motabilum.
Conqueror of time.
In this context, I'd
Time
say more
Lord?
like master of the uncertain past. What's that?
The geomagnetic disturbance is reaching its peak. I have to act now.
Guys, let's get out of here. Excuse me, sir. I don't understand. I was wondering who this guy is. I'm like, I guess he's just, they made friends off cam and we're picking up. It's not time for Rubik's Cubes, buddy. What are we doing?
Daniel?
Guys. Is it supercharged? Yeah, what the hell? What is...
Daniel!
The hell are you doing?
What?
Anyway, I'm sorry, but that just happens to be how I feel about it.
Wait, did we just time travel?
What?
Here we go.
What do you think?
Colonel, something wrong?
Yo, Fruity Loops, this is a loophole. Cause I was thinking for a second, he said time lords, whatever. I'm like, I was making the Doctor Who joke, but then I thought of it. I'm like, wait a second, we don't know who this guy is. And then once he was channeling this energy, and it showed the guy getting a surge of energy, and it has to do with like solar flare, regular massive energy, and radiation. I'm like, oh, maybe we're gonna do the 8th chevron thing again, but we're going some sort of timey-wimey. I don't know. Let's go. No cheers. I don't have a cup with me, but what's going on, SG fam?
Weren't we just somewhere else? Some planet? When? Just now? No? Sure? Yeah?
Do you go back in time? Do you go forward in time?
You okay? You're just
Window
trying to
of
avoid answering my
opportunity.
question.
2 weeks ago, SG-15 took these images of solar activity.
Have we not previously been briefed concerning this matter?
I was just gonna say that. You want to go to the planet and set up some kind of remote observatory?
Yes.
We just did that.
No, Teal, that's what this briefing is about.
Carter prattle on about
Yeah.
solar activity and
Maybe you
This
read
is a
my
time travel
report.
story. He knew.
Maybe he read your report?
Oh, this is too meta. Oh my god.
I am in agreement with O'Neill. I'm experiencing a great deal of familiarity with these events.
My interest is peaked. Not even 6 minutes in.
It's SG-12.
They're not due back for days.
Now he's giving the proof.
It's SG-12.
What do you make of all of this, Major?
Well, sir, I'm not sure.
Peter's in the building.
early return was the result of an accident.
You were by the altar deal with the guy.
Right, you're gonna need to be a little more specific.
Malachi.
I was looking forward to meeting him.
You did. Got along swell.
It was a blinding flash of light.
Then I was back in the commissary eating my Fruit Loops.
And you were eating Eggos.
Well, sir, I can't find anything wrong with either.
Wait up. I was thinking about what you said about a beam coming out of the altar. SG-15 took digital images of the carvings on the ruin. Yeah, it might be you.
Gee, sorry, Dr. Jackson.
Don't you know what I'm going to say?
Actually, by this time we were on the planet.
Yeah, this is a different reality. But it's similar
Well, I
enough.
was thinking about what you said about a beam hitting the Stargate. Maybe you were sent back in time.
For what, 6 hours?
Well, it wouldn't be the first time we've seen something like this. Stargate did send us back to 1969.
Yes, correct.
Good year.
I'm gonna go run a few simulations.
You run. Keep me apprised.
You'd be hearing a lot of that soundtrack nowadays.
The lab results.
Can we go back to work, General? Please.
I have no objection as long as.
Oh, here we go.
Activation.
What is that?
I'm not sure, sir.
We have.
Anyway, I'm sorry, but that just happens to be how I feel about it. What do you think?
Back? So now they know they have to go.
Something wrong?
Oh, yeah. Something.
Big time.
SG-15.
We've done this.
We do this every day.
I'm not talking,
Look,
talking
even
about
Teal's
this
stressed.
briefing. I'm talking about
Colonel O'Neill is correct. Events do appear to be repeating themselves.
since we went to P4X639. Yes, we have. No, we haven't. That's what you were going to say.
Well, I'm not quite sure what to make of this.
If we've had this meeting before, sir...
Why are Teal'c and I the only ones who remember it? I know, that's what you said last time.
We're just gonna speedrun it. We're gonna try and get through this day as fast as
And
possible.
you'll
You're gonna
all
run some
believe me when
simulations.
SG-12 comes through that gate in...
Oh shit.
Unscheduled off-world activation.
So close.
Ah, okay.
You're not going to find anything.
Why don't we wait for the lab results before we jump to any conclusions?
The results will be negative.
I know you're thinking of postponing the mission, but there's no point. Tried it last time, it didn't work.
He is speaking facts.
Jack! Wait up. I was thinking about what you said about a beam coming from the altar.
400 pages of alien text.
SG-15 took digital images of the carvings on the ruins. It's a variation of the writings used by the ancients.
Well, if you're looking for help translating it, you're barking up the wrong genius.
If you could give me more details about the layout of the ruins, it might be useful.
Gee, sorry, Dr. Jackson.
Oops.
I love how Jack just keeps letting him fall. Although certain things still need to happen, right?
Still waiting for the lab results.
If we delay any longer, it will be too late.
Too late for what?
To stop this day from happening again.
You realize this is a little difficult for me to accept.
But what about Teal'c? Come on, is this the face of a crazy man? We want to go back to 639.
Alright. Round 2.
Hello. Whoa, easy, guys.
It's the guy. He's the one who started all this.
I don't understand.
Oh, he remembers. He's the one who was pushing all those buttons.
I'm an archaeologist.
I told the others who came before you.
SG-15?
I've been making periodic visits to this planet for quite some time now. My research is almost complete.
That's what he used.
What kind of archaeologist carries a weapon?
I do.
Bad example.
When things get rocky, you gotta stay strapped.
What's this?
It's my wife.
Oh.
What'd you do?
Engaged on its own.
Turn it off.
There's nothing Major Carter can do.
How'd you know her name?
You told me.
No, I didn't. Not this time around.
It doesn't matter. You're too late.
Well, now, rope
How do you shut this
Daniel
thing
and
off?
Salmon.
I wouldn't tell you.
Daniel, you know how to read this stuff. Get up here and shut it off. What? I don't even have it up here.
Anyway, I'm sorry, but that just happens to be how I feel about it. What do you think?
All right, here's the deal.
This is what we're doing.
We're all stuck in a time loop of some kind. However, Teal'c and I seem to be the only ones who realize it. Now, there's this alien device on 639. Shoots a beam at the Stargate, which... at subspace something. What?
Accesses the subspace field the Stargate is capable of generating. It is powered by ionization.
In the atmosphere, right. Which is caused by...
It's like memorizing a test.
magnets.
The geomagnetic storm.
What could possibly be in my eye that would explain this?
What do you make of all this, Major? You believe
I'm considering a possibility, sir.
Unless we give him codes that will just know that something extreme is going on.
You're better off in here.
I've managed to translate a section of the west wall.
Malachi initiated the time loop by manipulating symbols on the surface.
Figure out how to stop this.
Just because someone can recognize symbols on a keyboard doesn't mean they can run a computer. If I can translate the rest of the text, I can put the device in a proper context. And who would build a device that loops time every 10 hours?
Who knows?
It's an accidental byproduct of its true function.
Fair. And they showed his wife, so maybe his motivations is just to go find his wife who's dead.
We really are under the influence of an alien technology clearly being translated to Earth through the Stargate.
Turn it off.
We dial out.
Exactly.
Let's do it.
Why do I feel like this is gonna go horribly?
Chevron 5, lock.
Chevron encoded.
Will not engage.
What?
Will not engage.
Lock.
Inserts a shot of the doctor. A fixed point in time.
This doesn't make any sense.
Anyway, I'm sorry, but that just happens to be how I feel about it.
I don't
That's
care
what
how you
you want.
feel. Yeah, that's gotta be hella frustrating.
Because someone can recognize the symbols on a keyboard doesn't mean they can run a computer.
We've been over this. Figure out how to run that stuff.
If we really have had this conversation, there's no way I can translate this entire text in less than a day. If what you say is true, then When the loop started again, your recording wouldn't have happened.
Okay, it's been a long few days, Daniel, okay?
Right.
Let him
I
live.
did not say that your plan would be unsuccessful.
Careful.
You're gonna have to help me by learning and remembering.
How hard can it be?
We're gonna be here for a couple hundred loops.
What's happened is that the Earth has become, in a sense, out of sync with the rest of the gate system. Center of this group is P4X639, and that everything within the bubble is cut off from the normal flow of time.
What are the implications of this?
Well, sir, reliving the same day over and over, maybe thousands of times, and we'd never know it. And the next time the loop starts, we won't even remember we had this conversation.
Basically, we gotta optimize
Hotter rainbows.
as best as possible. Oh, that's so funny. They got Joseph as
Potarat.
the PhD.
Crown, Harass,
Meta.
Primus. You know the worst part about this? Every time we loop, Daniel asks me a question, and I wasn't listening the first time.
You are not the only one who must endure some discomfort on you.
Sorry, sir. I didn't realize you were there.
That's why
You have
he's so
said that on many
cheesy.
occasions. Perhaps next time I will not be so forgiving.
That is so good. Oh my goodness. That is so good.
Get over this.
Gotta love a good pairing of Teal
Surrenders to
and
the
Jack.
rigors.
The word ABCA means to give up.
With their arrival on P4X639.
Damn, I wonder what the
Their
end number is
arrival,
gonna be.
Deductivum. Reference to the gradual degeneration.
Should we not be assisting Daniel Jackson with the translation?
I'm taking this loop off.
It's so good.
If we don't find a way out of this soon, I'm gonna lose it.
Oh man. They must be on like loop. They must be in triple digits by now.
Exactly how many of these loops have we been through?
I've lost track.
That's not
That
good.
must be frustrating. On the other hand, it's kind of an opportunity. You could do anything for as long as you want without having to worry about consequences.
Daniel, now why'd you do that?
Excuse me.
Wow, I guess we're just gonna really pick up a bunch of new hobbies. We'll come out of this better friends than before.
Oh, yeah. How far is Alaris, anyway?
Several billion miles.
That's gotta be a record.
Dude, that's my dad's outfit all the time. Both of them. No, the right teal actually looks like my father. Wow.
What the hell are you doing? In the middle of my backswing!
Sorry, sir, I didn't realize.
Excuse me, George.
Colonel, what are you doing out of uniform?
So I can do this.
What are you smiling at?
Nothing.
Damn. That is
What have
canon.
we got for us, Dr.
Just
Jackson?
making that clear.
Colony of the ancients.
Okay.
Unspecified cataclysm, perhaps a disease, but we'll never really know. In any case, facing certain destruction, they built the time machine.
They were gonna go back and change their history.
Term continuous loop, just like the one we've been experiencing. They experienced the same day dozens, perhaps hundreds of times, trying to get the machine to work. They gave up, they shut it down, and let the end come. I think we can shut it down.
Colonel, have your team geared up and...
Just imagine every time they come back at point, Teal'c's like, are we doing a serious run or a funsies? Okay, this is pretty big though in terms of the larger, universe involving the ancients. Ah! Yeah, what's he been doing? What's he been up to now?
Come to break the time loop.
Get away from that thing!
Malachi?
Once I've correctly deciphered the
farming.
symbols on the altar, I will be able to master the time device. She, 12 years ago.
Why are you doing this?
To be with her once more.
Malachi, the device doesn't work. Never did. They tried over and over again, just like you. Why do you think this place has been deserted so long?
14 worlds reliving the same day over and over.
I didn't realize, but it doesn't matter. Once I am able to input the correct time cord,
Same people who made the Stargates. And they couldn't get the damn thing to work.
Yeah.
touch her face again,
Then what'll happen?
she'll die.
Wanted to relive her suffering.
Listen to me.
I lost my son! I know!
I could never live that over again.
Yeah.
Could you?
Super effective.
No. Let her go.
Damn, Jack really helped him through his problem and saved 14 worlds and time itself. He deserved that ship to be named after him.
Try again.
Man, that must feel so good.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone enjoy oatmeal so much.
When you've been eating Fruit Loops for who knows how long, a little variety helps.
Let me ask you something. In all that time you were looping, do something crazy, anything without worrying about consequences.
You know, it's funny, you've asked me that before.
That's crazy. I was low key. I'm not gonna lie. I was low key hoping for a quick cutscene to just Jack and Daniel just getting into a fist fight. But we went with the love angle. Yeah. Oh man, that was such a good episode. Wow. And that was my reaction video to Stargate SG-1 season number 4, episode number 6. This one was titled Window of Opportunity. And I thought this was a fantastic episode of Stargate. Definitely one of the standouts in my opinion. Anytime we deal with time, I always find it to be, if it's handled well, I think it's always just, even if it's handled decently well, I'm prone to like it. But I thought that this was a great example of a time loop episode. I think it was pretty well written in the way they sort of decided to give us new information, relive the loop, throw in the elements of fun that would be had with the time loop story like this, but also putting in some pretty interesting world building elements. Like now we know why the ancients got wiped out. There was this cataclysmic event. They try to reboot time. They got stuck and they said fuck it, and they just sort of let themselves get wiped out. So I thought that was pretty interesting, but they definitely had a lot of fun with this episode. You can tell they did. From some of the cutscenes, like shooting golf into the Stargate once that idea of doing anything you want was brought up. I thought this was a really fun episode of Stargate, but also dabbled with the idea of a time loop. True motives of the villain, of the antagonist, I guess, this episode, just he wanted to see his wife one last time, and after countless loops, Jack gave him the real talk, which is true. Going back in time to relive, you know, something like that isn't worth it in the end. Honestly, I just thought this was a ton of fun from Teal'c hitting the door. Like the humor was on point this episode. Serious elements are on point. Storytelling wise, I think they did a really great job of just pacing this episode, stopping and going, giving us new information, giving slight variance when they're getting fed up, and then changing up the pace of the episode in the middle of it once we got the idea of once the characters realize they can have fun with it. So I thought this was just a real treat of an episode of Stargate. But guys, what did you think about A Window of Opportunity the first time you went through this one? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. That was Stargate SG-1 season 4 episode number 6. I did think that they were gonna, you know, at a certain point you would talk to the Tok'ra, whatever it is, but the way that they padded in, just like justifying this time loop lore wise and logistically, I think it made for a really great idea. And I think I did actually ask for a solar flare episode, I think that one time, black hole episode. So we finally got it, and I think it was another notable one in the series so far. This is probably up there for one of the best ones we've seen so far, especially at least for like a one-off episode. It was decently important to the lore and like the larger story. Great humor, a lot of fun for both the actors and their performances. The overall is an overall package. This was one of my favorites. But with that being said, I will see you in the next one.